James, great to see you. We know that you're a man of many parts and greatly gifted, and we love you, and we really appreciate your work in LFEC. But understand you've written a book recently. Could you tell us a little bit about the book that you've written?
Okay, well, the book is The Monster Outside. Effectively, it's a children's poem about the coronavirus, about a little boy who he knows there's something going on with the lockdown and everything like that, and he pictures this as a monster. He hasn't been told anything about his parents. He sees it as there's a monster outside. He starts off very curious, then his fears begin to grow, and it upsets him. And then his mum sits down with him and gives him some advice. And in the end, there's the hopeful message that one day the monster will be defeated. So it touches on children's mental health and how they approach things. You know, children sometimes quiet, but it doesn't mean that they're not struggling. So yeah, that's a quick summary of it.
Very timely, with last week being Mental Health in Children Week. There's probably a catchy title for it, but
Children's Mental Health Week. Yeah, yes, it is. So it was written to. I've always wanted to write a children's book. That's one thing, but also I was conscious of mental health situation, not just with children as well, but with adults. So, you know, all the profits in the book go to two charities, Place to Be, which specialises in children's mental health, and they were very involved in last week's Children's Mental Health Awareness Week. So then Mind as well, which is much more broad in its impact. So yeah, that was the reasons why it's written.
Good. So it was written to help struggling children, really, in these difficult days.
Yeah, and help parents perhaps realise they might need a conversation with their kids as well. You know, so but there's something behind as well, in the sense that although this monster is fictional, in one sense there is a monster out there that has taken lots of friends and family from people, and also caused terrible damage to people from a mental health perspective. You know, I'm surrounded by my family here, and I found it very tough at times. So think about people who are on their own, and particularly people with existing mental health issues, and how difficult it's been for them. So yeah, it's difficult.
Well, you've obviously got a great heart for people, and particularly for people that struggle with mental health issues. And I know as a church, we're always trying to connect with people in these different ways. And I'm sure that your book is very valuable. And I understand you did a bit of filming with one of the library here in Llanelli.
Yeah, we did a reading, and not just in English as well. You got the Welsh version, Evangelical, which was a very well translated version by another member of our church, Gaynor Williams, and I think she's been interviewed about it on S4C as well. So it's got a bit of publicity. But you mentioned obviously the church. There, one of the big benefits of obviously being part of LFEC is the wonderful sense of family that's been had through this time. You know, I've called people, particularly people who've lived on their own in the membership, and been really encouraged to hear that people are calling them and are keeping in touch with them. We've got a WhatsApp group, and people share, you know, please pray for this, and you immediately, there's a flood of comments and encouragement and promises to pray. But the church has obviously put out material, particularly together videos that touch on this whole area. And there's even a phone line for people without technology. You know, the church, I've been really blessed to see the church responding. Thank you to the elders for that in LFEC.
Well, there's terrific need around us, isn't it, in these days, and great opportunities for offering Christian comfort and Christian hope. And of course, James, we know you very well also as a hymn writer and poet. You're our resident hymn writer in Llanelli, which is great. Is there anything that you've written that you think might be appropriate as a Christian to the challenges which many people are facing at the moment?
So, well, it's quite long, so I won't share the whole of the hymn, but I wrote a hymn at the start of the pandemic that touches on the comfort of knowing Christ in a difficult time. So I think probably, I'll just read one verse. So, O sovereign Lord most holy, you know our fears and cares. and you regard the lowly who bring to you their prayers. Look down on us in mercy, attend the weak and frail. Come to a world now thirsty for hope that will not fail. And that's the great thing about being a Christian is you know, the world is searching for hope and has been for a year now, and there is hope on the horizon with vaccines. We're very grateful to the fantastic work that's been done by the scientists there and by the health services and things in keeping a measure of control over the pandemic as well. But ultimately in life, or indeed in the face of death, ultimately our hope is in Jesus Christ, and I think that's the crucial thing. So
Great. Well, that's a lovely note for us to finish on, James. So well done on the book. If anybody's interested, contact us at info@lfec.org. We'll put you in touch with James. And thanks again, James. Really appreciate this.
Okay, I'll put out a little bit extra on this now, which we won't do for the church service tomorrow, but we'll hopefully get this out on the website, because this will give us a bit more information about the church. So you can find us, and some of this will come up on the screen now as well, if I can get this right. So www.lfec.org is where you can find the church page, and there's a specific link called Together there that looks at the difficult times that we're going through and tries to bring comfort there. We're on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and you can find the links on that website. And I believe it's info@lfec.org if you want to email a church, you've got any questions. The great thing about the internet is that anybody is sort of local in that sense. So you can be part of LFEC even if you're miles away. But if you want to get involved in a local church, we can help try and find one as well. Just a few things about the book itself, The Monster Outside. We're on Twitter and on Instagram, we're at Outside Monster. If you want to get a copy in print, it's email j.hughes@btinternet.com. It is available certainly in Carmarthenshire libraries. I know they've got copies because they bought them. You should be able to get your own library to get copies as well. You should be able to order on bookstore sites, but or when bookshops opened again. But I think people have had problems with that, so maybe emailing, that will come up on the screen. And there's a version online if you'd rather not have a printed copy. There's an English version online, the Welsh and English available in print. We're hoping to get the Welsh one online as well, but in the Kindle app, if you look for The Monster Outside by James Hughes, you can get it. And all profit is going to charity, so please do support. Thank you very much.
Great. Thank you, James. We look forward to what you're going to write next.
Thank you.